So we're here today with Thibault, and what did you do today?
I go 4-0-1.
Yeah, so you went XO1 with what deck were you playing?
Despia Branded.
And what were your matchups like?
First matchup was against water control kind of thing.
Umi control, yeah.
Yeah, Umi control. Did pretty well, so it breaks a bit, so whatever. Second game was against, I can't even remember right now. I think I remember just frying my brain right now. What was that? Was it? I can't remember. Sorry.
You played 2 Spright, right?
Yeah, I played to Scythe the 4th and 5th game.
Yeah.
And the third game was against Blue Eye Control with like skill drain basically.
Okay, sure.
Went well actually. Went pretty well for the Spright. The first one I lost. The first one can break, like not even break. He let me play to all my draw and I only draw monster. So
Sure.
Not
And the second one was me.
and the second one was a winning time, so not the proper way.
But it was a lot of drawing.
Oh yeah,
the deck is pretty
game.
teched out, so I think you'll all be kind of excited to see it. So do you want to jump into the profile?
Oh, yeah, sure. So Despia Branded, so 3 yellow bar.
3 Aliber, yeah.
3 tragedy because I find this card wonderful because you can draw in so many ways, not only Alio.
Yeah.
Branded fusion. There's all the different fusion if it's banished or not, and even if you have like a little, you can always surprise the play with banishing it and bringing back.
I think people forget that that's its effect, right?
Yeah, I always forget also.
Yeah.
I
was aware of it when I was playing against you. I was like waiting for you to do something like that. And that's why I was like, you know, if he activates Branded Fusion, I'm going to Toad negate it so that I can set it, so that way you can't do that.
Yeah,
things like that.
That's the best way to do it.
You know.
One dramaturge because 3K is still a great body, and half of the players seem to forget its effect to just negate on something.
Yeah, it has a negate on something.
So it's a great ad libitum, a great extender, but sometimes I cut it because I need less gas and more disruption.
Okay.
It's the one
you decided out, is it?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
So for this branded package, 2 Fallen.
2 Albas, okay.
2
It's a very thick branded package, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, very small. And 2 of those.
I wouldn't say that's small. 2 Mercurier is usually...
I used to play 3, but now I started 1.
It's very non-standard, yeah.
Because, well, you need it. This one, I came one time for the negate effect, which is really good. I really like it. And as for those one I sometimes started out, but as for just gas from the first game,
I've never seen people play this one. So, why do you play this one?
I like in the
seems like a pretty weird question.
Yeah, no worry. So in the first game, I like to have gas, and this can substitute some stuff, and also you can bring himself back. Like if you know, like you have a shaky board, but you have at least 1 fusion in the graveyard and him, and you saw something that it will come back and it will be big by 200 per monster in the grave.
Oh, okay, sure.
And you cannot target any other card except him. It's a monster, sorry, not card.
That's
so
it
can tend to bring itself back. It's a good first one. I tend to side it out, but against, especially like for example, the skill run player, I tend to leave it because it just come back in still a body. And just come back, and you can bring him back in something defense eventually.
And you can use it for polymerization.
Yeah.
Then. Yeah.
Because it's snow.
It's snow.
Because I can Scythe lock. I will show it a bit later.
I need you to explain this one because I've not seen this too often.
I tend to.
3/3/3.
Yep.
Oh, no, 3/2/2.
I tend to side one out because it can be a bit of a dead card if you like draw too many. So I just side one out to allow for the side A basically.
Sure.
3 yellow because it's a plus. Like it's not a minus, it's always a plus.
And I don't think there's a situation where someone would like Ash Blossom you on this.
Yeah, it's
once they know you're playing Branded, they'll kind of wait. But you can dig so deep with that.
Maybe I will actually sometimes advise to do it because you can just draw to.
You can draw to everything, right?
Oh yeah.
You can draw 3 cards.
And those one
exist,
so. Those one you don't
this
want
card
to...
is... I hate that. All these cards, I hate them.
Yeah, I mean...
this card needs to be banned. But...
I win the first game thanks to that because you
banished my Toad, so but that's fine. It's just the card. It's so sacky, you know.
Yeah, especially really one and for the more branded package, 3 opening because it's the standby phase. I sometimes need to use it more in the draw to avoid drawing lockbar, but great can go +2 with it even more if you like discard tragedy.
Did you get rolled today?
No, I get world drawn once like 2 weeks ago, and now I feel draw.
Okay, fair.
Because it really can hinder all your play, especially if you open with that, and you get draw. You know, like I need basically you draw for Aluber and stuff like that. You need to add.
Yeah.
You can try to play on, but it's a bit harder. Other like.
Okay, you're on theater, yeah.
I genuinely love this card because, well, it's one more poly, so it's always a good thing. Instant to stay there. Not really. People don't really mind
They don't try to pop it.
And then you have Aluber come back, Aluber Brigade, and even bigger monster. So it's a great card. I know, like for a specific match, not specific, but like matchup where I go really quickly or can like pop my Aluber and don't care about that. I tend to side it out, but it's a really great card.
Nice.
This card is
Branded Fusion, yeah.
And that's for the Scythe lock.
Okay, so you use the Expulsion, which is I think it's the new, is that super common?
It's
in the new set, right?
I don't think it's from part of the element. Oh, see, it's all from.
It is, yeah, it's from Poach, yeah.
Oh, my bad.
So, tribute a fusion monster, target 2 non-fusions that are banished or in either graveyard, special summon. So you, maybe you talk it through it.
Yep, no, right?
Yeah.
I will go to that. So one quick minute, I will leave it on the side to explain.
We'll talk about it in a second. Yeah.
So quick minute because it can relevant often, but not too much. So I only play one and can float, and really a good card that if you don't know what you're going to. Also, if you want to play around, you can actually play if people with snow will go in on snow or Scythe or stuff like that, and you can play around because it's somehow light. So I have a strange balance of light and dark, but good enough, I guess. To Masquerade, this card wins game.
Yeah, it does.
Sorry. Lubellion, two Lubellion, to Albion, and to Mirror Jade.
Sure.
Ratio to have enough gas, but not overclock because I like the rest.
Yeah.
And actually, it is with this card that.
I think this is I think this is fairly correct. Like,
it's
Lubellion is usually, sometimes it's down to 1, depending on the version, but...
I could, because I play a lot of stuff that can be discarded and have effect.
Or even, what about 3 of this? Would you think about 3 of that?
I really like the rest, so maybe with that. So, one that I'm glad.
Yep.
I like it sometimes, and also it's always funny to just special summon Albaz, fusion summon on the end phase and help.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
For me, 2 Chimera, nice.
Yeah, 2 Chimera. It just wins game and
It's a beautiful card as well.
Non-targeting destruction removal, draw, and can be untargetable if you have Folly in the grave. It's just wonderful. Because those has great card for fusion summon.
Okay.
Actually, this one also I like the fusion summon to it since it's a negate. But those two want to super poly against Spright or other water-based stuff.
That kills.
That's kill. Basically, it's a second Titan Clad in the idea for me, but it has some weakness or something. Maybe I will study that. I don't know. The other one that I don't have yet and I need to buy. Yep.
Yeah, good cards. I like that one.
So for the Scythe lock.
Yeah, please.
Basically, you use Branded Fusion to send Albaz and Scythe.
Yeah, make Albion, right?
Yep, Albion. Here.
Yep.
So you will have those two in the graveyard, so you go with that.
Yep.
You will, for example, fusion summon with him and Scythe, and not Scythe, and Albaz.
To make Mirror Jades.
Yep. And then I will imagine you will banish you can even banish himself if you want, but if you always have a little one on the side, Albion, stuff like that, banish Albion, and you will send the second Albion.
Yep.
Albion within the graveyard.
And an Albion effect set. Yeah.
You will set this one, and in the draw phase, shotgun to your Mirror Gen, you already use your stuff, and basically you will summon back, since it's a Fallen Scythe plus one from your banish. Actually, you could actually bring back Fallen if you want.
Okay.
And you Scythe lock.
So when do you choose to do that over something like Branded in Red?
I know a lot of people here play with Scythe, so I really like playing non-branded. Basically, I use it
always.
You just
prefer it over Branded Red? Okay.
Because Scythe lock is just way too powerful to ignore. Branded Red is cool, but I prefer it in the long run to just recycle and just pop on the side, for example, getting camera on the...
I noticed you're not playing Banishment either, the other kind of super poly styled one.
Because I haven't got it.
Oh, okay,
I will play it. I will probably side Mercurial or maybe on one of the Albaz. One of the Albaz substitute.
Yeah.
But,
okay,
so,
very good.
Pretty good one.
I will go through side. I don't think we went through side. So.
It's a bit weird on the side because I only have 2 Logbirds, so 2 Logbird.
Okay, sure.
They'll
be around everywhere now with Tactical Masters, so you can get one quickly.
I need to pull more.
Yeah.
3 Imperm because it's a great
Nice.
card. I was traumatized by Skill Drain, so
So Harpy's Feather
Yep.
Duster. Okay.
I was traumatized by Banish and beat my stuff. Basically,
Your side deck is so reactive.
Yep.
It's like, oh, this happened to me before. Never again.
yep. And since I know one Gamma because
Oh
Gamma,
my God! What is this OCG?
Yep.
Oh, that's so funny. And it's worth running at that. Does that come up? Does that come up?
I didn't decide it last time, but for a very long time. But when it came up, yeah, because it's still light, so
It's
you
still
can
Gamma.
It's Gamma. If you go second, it's great, and you can just play it off with well, with your fusion because you can go Despia with that, and that's four.
That is wild. Okay.
So,
So
yeah.
that's everything.
Yup.
Any shout outs or anything else?
Shout out. Good question. I'm fairly new to local here. Shout out to all the local because I'm being great. Learning how to basically play the game at a higher level and also just not make mistake and try to play a bit faster next time. I promise. And also, yeah, a good friend of
I think
mine.
it's a tough one. I mean, we build big boards, right?
Yeah,
So,
and also you play especially against Fire. Like he has 3-4 ways to play around. I don't know which order will
Which
come
one
up,
am I?
so,
Yeah, which one are you gonna do?
How
Yeah.
do I do it? And one from my good friend S or Tio back in France,
Nice.
which
Very
I
good.
used to play a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh, but now it's a bit difficult from France to
Well, you
Ireland.
can
and
use some online version,
Yeah,
like
I could use
Master
Master
Duel or
Duel,
something,
but let's just
or other things for current. You could do remote duel or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, I could try Remote Duel actually. We didn't set that, but yeah,
Yeah.
a very good friend of mine who pushed me to just go out and just hey play Yu-Gi-Oh, you like it, so try to go local and see how that goes. And
Nice.
That's good really well.
And you're doing pretty well. I think you've won a few of them, right? Or
Yeah,
you come top in quite a few of them at this stage,
Yeah,
right?
I think like last week was a full top, and the week before I didn't know. I think I was still too loud, but like two or something.
Yeah.
So like so close, and well,
Well, you
deck
call it
can-
usually like EXO or EXO.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were EXO 1 today, right? One
Yep.
draw.
Yep.
Okay, not too bad. But yeah, so that was the deck profile. I think it's a really interesting way of looking at Branded Despia, where there's Scythe locking as well.
Yeah, actually, just for that, I ran a 51 card, but you can cut that
51?
to... no,
I
not
didn't even
51,
think of it.
41, sorry.
Okay, I was thinking of that.
I can't count in English, sorry.
No, 41 is fine.
41, and you could cut like one Mercurial or one Tragedy if you really
I think
want.
there's so much draw power in the deck that you probably don't even need to cut it.
Oh,
I remember before Branded Despia, you were playing like 47, 48 cards.
I had by the hand luck with like all spell, and like I can do much with that.
Yeah,
so
that happens
I prefer to
sometimes.
have like a constraint.
Yeah, you can get pretty close to 40 though, so
Yep.
that's good. Thank you very much for your
Thank
time.
you, thank you.
Appreciate it.